We're going to go through a bunch of franchises. I believe you have 40 that were recommended by our illustrious AI. And then we have 1 minute to decide between the three of us which one's the best and which one's the worst. So we gotta play this. We gotta.
So do we have to like agree?
We're gonna have to agree. We're gonna
agree. Okay.
Pretty much. Okay. So worst for me, Deathly Hallows Part 2. The movie freaking sucks balls. What's yours? Go ahead.
3.
That's the worst.
That's my least favorite.
Yeah, that's the worst.
See, it's not the worst.
With
though.
the
It's
majority.
the best one. It's the best one.
How?
It's the most visually stunning. It's the most epic.
More visually stunning than 4.
Welcome to Backseat Directing,
Where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
we're your hosts,
Andrew.
and Aaron.
Today with Justin. We post new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're talking about the best and the worst of every franchise.
3, 2, 1.
Action.
Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to the episode, the show. Justin,
Now you're
sorry
gonna
I didn't
acknowledge that
introduce
Justin's
you there.
No, it's
I
okay.
kind of slipped. We were already at the table
been
for
too
like
long, that's
10
fine.
minutes talking, so I felt like I've already introduced you.
Aaron's thinking in his head, he's like, we're calling this episode the best and worst of every franchise. Best and worst of every franchise.
Don't mess it up. Don't mess it
Like,
up.
what's
Don't
trying to
mess
say?
it
And
up.
I, for once, was waiting for the name and actually clutched it. So today we're going to talk. We have Justin back on the show for the first time in ages. He's been very busy working on his own stuff, working on freelance and his own podcast, Cinema 3D, which you guys should check out. And congratulations as well. You had a baby girl.
That's the real work, you know. Not for me, but
But we're he mostly just goes to get milk. Luckily, he's come back to the bus. But thank you so much for coming back, because today we have a really fun topic that you planned for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go through a bunch of franchises. I believe you have 40 that were recommended by our illustrious AI, and we're going to try to, one franchise at a time, all three of us are going to name our favorite movie, favorite and least favorite movie from that franchise. And then we have 1 minute to decide between the three of us which one's the best and which one's the worst. So we gotta play this. We gotta
So do we have to
concede.
like agree?
We're gonna have to agree. We're gonna have to
We're
make
gonna
it work.
agree. Okay.
pretty
And
much.
so we can get it done faster than a minute. If we all just
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
the best and the worst, we're done, and we can move on to the next one.
So this is the official Backseat Directing's
Yeah.
best and worst of every franchise.
So so we're gonna have to make it work. If we're getting down to 10 seconds, someone's got to give. So,
it's not going to be me, boys.
And like
Alright,
I figured,
tonight.
if someone if I haven't seen one franchise or you haven't, whoever's seen them the most probably has
Yeah.
the most safe.
they
for
can
that.
get all the
So,
hate online. But
Sounds good.
Yeah.
we've got the rule. We've got 1 minute for the best and worst, and we're just going to try to run the freaking gauntlet on this. So if you disagree, or if you adamantly agree, comment below and let us know what you think about these different franchises. I'll keep track of time. Justin's keeping track of franchises.
People never agree with us. And I'm keeping track that we're
If
recording.
they agree, if they agree,
I'm useful here, I promise.
very useful. If they agree, they definitely don't comment.
Yeah.
The comments are all
That's the
disagreements.
funniest thing, bro. Like they're always like, "Bro, you shouldn't have a podcast," and then the ones who agree just like.
No, they're just like, oh, I like those guys, and they
Yeah.
swipe past.
It's like, hold on, I have 5,000 likes, so some people are agreeing.
Yeah.
None of the comments will ever tell you that. Stick around though, we're gonna do another video. I don't know for sure if it's coming out before or after this, but we're gonna probably before. So go back and check out the San Diego Comic-Con episode, because I want to read some comments in that episode from our Deadpool Wolverine episode.
Yes, that was good.
They got a lot of hate comments on Deadpool Wolverine.
Both of our pages, our YouTube and our TikTok, have been doing pretty good. And I want to say thank you so much for everyone who's supporting the channel, giving us a like, actually hitting that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. We love doing this. We love talking about movies. So thank you so much for the support. Are you guys ready to get started?
I want to say one last big thank you to our haters for giving us so much engagement, because I'll tell you what,
Andrew's been taking it.
yeah, you're the bulk of our comments. I mean, I feel like a punching bag like Deadpool.
No one said it yet, but I've been trolling us on our page with
I
my
know.
personal account.
I know.
And I'm just waiting for someone to be like,
Aren't you that guy?
you up there?
I know. You just commented on one of them. You're like, I know these guys are stupid, right? And I was like, Aaron.
I love it when Aaron shows up on his personal profile. Like he never does that. And when he does, you know he's trying to at least.
Probably in the last 5 or 6 TikToks, I've tried to comment like something
Stir the
negative
pot.
or
He's
something.
like that Snapchat Bitmoji that just pops up.
It's funny because I saw it the first time and I saw it was you and I was like scoffed at it. I was like, Aaron. And then the second time I was reading through the comments, I saw it again and I was like, what a dick. And I was like, oh, that's Aaron. I forgot.
Yeah, these guys know nothing.
It's super.
Am I right? Fist bump.
It's like
To
in
the
social.
commenter.
It's in Social Network when he's like, "Yeah, I started this forum for my art class. I just posted the paintings to do my discussion post for me, and every once in a while I get in there and stir the pot in the comments." That's Arron. He's the Zuck. Okay,
Someone's got to do it.
Justin's got the first one, and as soon as he says it, I'll start the timer. We got to do best and worst from that franchise. 1 minute.
Boy.
It's gonna be fun.
Let's go in the order. So you say it. Pick your best, your best, your best. We'll agree, and then go to the worst. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
30 seconds. We got to get the best. 30
No
seconds. We got
promises.
the worst.
Sounds good. All right, ready?
Yep.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe. My best is Endgame.
Winter Soldier.
Mine is Avengers 2: Age of Ultron. Yours is Endgame. I'm closer to agreeing with Arron, I think, than I am to agreeing with you. How do you guys
I'm
feel?
closer to agreeing with him than I am with you.
Oh, there we go. So it's Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, we're
Winter
going to have
Soldier.
to bite the bullet.
Best. All right, now the worst.
Worst. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Ragnarok or Love and Thunder.
You both picking Thor movies?
Yep.
I think I'm going to lose this one. I mean, I could pick a ton of worst, but like the first thing I would think of is like the Marvels. I have no urge to
Haven't
watch
seen
the
that, but
Marvels.
I could
I haven't
see
seen that one either.
You guys haven't even watched it?
Nope,
No.
exactly. That's the perfect
No.
reasoning. But the ones I've seen, Love and Thunder and Captain Marvel, have been my least favorite. But Love and Thunder was just like god awful.
Captain Marvel is pretty crazy that it's that low on your list.
Thor: The
But-
Dark World is bad, but I don't think I couldn't really pick anything pre-Endgame because I think everything pre-Endgame is at least good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, it's got to be Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
There's two of you guys voting for it. I'm Love and Thunder with 2 seconds. Love and Thunder.
Boom! There we go.
I didn't even watch the timer close enough.
Should we do like a recap
good.
after each one to confirm?
So our
we
best
got.
for MCU is going to be Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and our worst is going to be Thor: Love and Thunder.
I'm happy with that.
There we go. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
I can live with it.
All right.
Those were both mine. So
He's right. He's not going to win.
this is great.
All right. Number 2, we got Star Wars.
Ooh,
That
My-
is
I like.
Oh, sorry. You're supposed to go first.
I would say Empire.
Agree.
Yeah, I like episode 3.
I do too, but I think Empire can ring true.
Empire has really cool, like,
Yeah.
very classic feel.
There's 2 reviews, so we can go with that one.
Boom,
The
Empire.
worst. One of the 3 new ones. One of those.
Ah, man.
Oh, no.
I've only seen them once.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
I haven't seen
We're going to have
Solo.
different picks. I would say Phantom
Don't
Menace.
do it.
Phantom,
Get out
Phantom
of here.
Menace.
Get out
I'm not
here.
picking Phantom Menace.
Phantom
That's
No
cool.
way.
Cool lightsaber fights. Cool lightsaber fights.
Phantom Menace.
No
The acting
way.
is really bad and cringy at some points, but Liam Neeson's in it. Ewan
There's
McGregor's
good
in it.
parts in it, but the overall movie.
Darth
if
Maul
I had to
is
pick one from the
introduced.
sequels, it would definitely be Rise of Skywalker. If we're going if we're trying to agree that way.
But The Last Jedi.
I don't
Jedi
even
is
remember
phenomenal.
the last 3. I watched them like back
6
to back
seconds.
to back, and I wasn't connected. to
Solo,
any of
Rise of Skywalker.
them. I mean, I haven't seen Solo.
Let's
so-
do Rise of
Oh.
Skywalker. Time's up.
Boom.
It's got okay.
There
So
we go. As long as it's not
Got it.
Phantom Menace.
I do find enjoyment with Solo. I think that's a more enjoyable movie than some of the other Star Wars movies.
So I would say that our best for Star Wars is going to be Empire Strikes Back,
Mhm.
and then our worst is
Rise of
Rise of Skywalker. Fair enough.
There it is.
Which is the bad knockoff of Endgame. All right. Number 3. I've seen some from this franchise, but not all. James Bond.
Start.
Ooh.
Oh, for me, it's got to be Casino. Best.
I would probably agree.
Yeah, that one's good.
A lot of people
I
would
like
say
Skyfall a lot.
A lot of people would. The villain is really strong in Skyfall, but the villain of Casino is
Cinematography is so good.
Yeah. well, it is
And
for
music.
it is for Casino as well. Then
I would say Skyfall.
Casino has the strongest opening of, to me, any James Bond
Oh, that's
movie.
like the parkour scene.
Yeah, the
that's
construction
pretty
side
dope.
and everything.
That's pretty
the
dope.
fight down the stairs, and then just the intensity of like the whole movie being at that like poker table. We're at 30 seconds. We got to pick. Can you pick?
Yeah,
are you with
Casino.
me?
I can
Yeah.
go with that.
Okay, thank you guys. Skyfall's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so worst, it's got to be one. The worst has got to be an old one for all
Yeah.
James Bond.
I can't even
Probably
think
the
of
first
names.
one.
Like
Or the second one that came. The second one that came out.
What's
There's one with Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan? I agree. Is it No Time to Die or
No.
The world is not enough?
The World is Not Enough for Die Another Day. I think it might be. I can't remember.
Those are bad. I would go
One
with
of
the Pierce
those.
Brosnan one. They're
Yeah.
cheesy and bad.
Yeah. One
Not
of the
a good
Pierce
one.
Brosnan ones I love, but then like the next 2 I didn't like at all.
So we're gonna say the world is not enough. We
I
have 2
think that's the
seconds.
one. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Best was Casino. Worst was The World is Not Enough. Oof. We had to get Daniel
We're
Craig.
cruising,
We
man.
had to
We're
get Daniel
cruising.
Craig in the best. Daniel Craig is my one.
All right, this one I'll let Andrew take all of the decision making from me. Harry Potter.
Oh, my favorite one's the one that they travel back in time.
I could
Which
be.
one's that?
That is Prisoner of Azkaban. That's number 3.
That one's my favorite.
My personal favorite, just because it's more fun, is number 4, which is the one with Jesus.
Yeah, that one has Robert
Is
Pattinson, right?
Why am I blanking on the name? It's the one with the Star Wars tournament. God, think I've never seen these movies? I just watched them all last year.
I've never seen them at
I
all.
basically watched them as one
I
movie.
can concede to 3 though. It's probably the best filmed. 4 is just fun because it has like the Quidditch World Cup in it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of action,
tournament. Yeah,
That's when he who remains or should not be named shows up for the first time, right?
Voldemort. Don't be a bitch.
Dude, I'm trying not to say his name. Come on now.
Okay, so worst for me, Deathly Hallows Part 2. The movie freaking sucks balls.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Really?
Okay.
I've never seen.
No, sorry.
but,
Deathly
like,
Hallows Part 1.
Oh.
Deathly Hallows Part 1. So are we? Can we concede to that? Right.
Yeah.
Ending with 5 seconds. So our best, I'll concede to 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. And then our worst is Deathly Hallows Part 1. That movie's all exposition, all sitting around and talking, Harry and Hermione dancing in tents, throw that whole movie in the trash. They just extended that whole part of the story out because the book is long and because they wanted to make 2 movies.
It's like a Mockingjay Part 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's at the inception of that. It's one of the first movies to do the Part 1 and Part 2 because they knew they'd double their box office returns.
Yeah.
That movie's bad. Bad. The only good thing to come out of that movie is the ride at Universal.
Boom. There it is. What's our next franchise?
Not making me excited to watch Harry Potter. No.
They're mostly good.
You can skip it.
6 is really good.
You'll live
Half-Blood
with
Prince.
The next franchise is his favorite, Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit, but Lord of the Rings. My favorite is definitely the third from the originals, Return of the King.
Yeah, that one's fire.
I'll have to concede to you because I've seen Fellowship and fallen asleep in Two Towers. As a young lad, give me another shot, Coach. I'll go back in and watch them. I swear. Extended editions. I'll do whatever penance you need me to do. I'm sorry, internet, but the first one was really slow. Fellowship. I watched it as a senior in high school. I have to get back to watch the rest of them.
What do you
I think as
the
a
worst one
film bro
is?
now, you might enjoy it. The worst one I'll probably pick from the Hobbit trilogy, and I think it would be the second Hobbit film.
Yeah, same.
What was that, Unexpected Journey or something like that?
That's the first one. The second one is the Desolation of Smog. Yeah, it
Dude,
just
I know
felt
some
like
shit. What?
it felt like you could have either had the first one or the third one, and I would have been happy.
10 seconds. So we're Aaron to Justin and his Lord of the Rings knowledge on this one.
So best one, Return of the King, and the worst
Absolutely.
one, Desolation of Smog.
How do we
Get
spend
it
a
outta
minute, even when we haven't seen them?
I know.
What's the next one?
Next one I haven't seen, Fast and Furious.
Oh, best one, Fast 5, hands down.
It's either Fast 5 or Fast and the Furious, the first one.
No, Fast 5's better.
I've heard Fast 5 being thrown around as
You
the
haven't
best
seen
one.
any of them?
Nope.
I'll go Fast 5. That's kind of crazy. I don't know how you haven't seen any. I haven't seen anything past 6.
I think 9 is pretty crazy. That's the one where they go to space.
F9? Yeah. Let's pick F9.
All right, sounds
So
good.
Fast 5 best, F9 worst.
Yeah.
Fast 5 is really cool.
Oh, we closed that one early.
That
It's
was
like
the
a
easiest one.
racing heist movie.
Fast 5.
Yeah. Well,
And it has
also it's
The
like
Rock.
the introduction of Dwayne Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the back and forth between them is really good.
Is Statham in that one?
Is he in 6? I think he's in 6.
I
He's
don't
in
wanna
Hobbs and
watch
Shaw. We know that much.
Yeah, that's the one I would probably want to watch the most. Next one, Jurassic Park.
All right.
Dude, hold on.
Well, are we backtracking?
The Rock, Statham, and
Reset.
Idris Elba. How can you not like?
The movie's garbage. Hot,
Be
hot
excited-
shit.
yeah,
The movie's
yeah.
so bad.
It's probably better than some of the bad MCU movies.
Unwatchable, cringe movie.
Though. Is Thor: Love and Thunder?
I love Idris Elba though. I mean, I watched the whole thing.
He's
I watched
great.
the whole thing. It's not unwatchable because I watched the whole thing.
All right. Jurassic Park. Best one, Jurassic Park.
Obviously.
Yeah, you can't even contest that. Easy agree. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 5.
All right.
I haven't seen the newest 2 Worlds.
Unfortunately, I've seen one of the newest 2 Worlds.
I saw, well, there's
I've seen all
3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen one of the most recent 2. I've seen 2 of the most recent 3.
I think
Yeah.
the worst one is the latest one, Dominion.
I'm with
Okay.
it.
I've heard
The,
not great
yeah.
things.
the one before that was really bad. Really, really bad. The one with like the new raptor. I
Yeah.
was struggling to stay awake.
It's
missed
so
the third
annoying how they
act.
keep making new dinosaurs.
Dude,
Okay.
Dinosaurs are scary enough.
Fallen Kingdom, which is the second of the new one, is the exact same as Last Jedi for me, where I did not like both of them when I first saw them, and now looking back, I'm like, I actually like them.
I like how the original trilogy just brought in like other threatening dinosaurs that actually existed, like the Spinosaurus or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That was
Mhm.
cool. Like his swimming in the water, like very menacing. And then now they're like Indominus Rex, boom, new raptor,
Yeah.
boom. And it's cheesy, it's boring, it's lazy.
now.
Yeah.
So best
invisible.
one.
fly now. Favorite movie.
They fly now. They fly now. Jurassic Park, best one, and Jurassic World Dominion. So first and last.
Boom. There it
Fitting.
is.
All right, this next franchise, I need to watch all of them, but I haven't. Mission Impossible. But I already know my favorite, and it'll never change, is Fallout.
Me and Aaron, I think, both prefer Ghost Protocol.
Damn.
Even though Fallout is
You
incredible.
haven't seen
Yeah,
them.
yeah. That's Brad Bird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout's probably number 2 for
Brad Bird,
sure.
who directed The Incredibles.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And then what would you say the worst one is? I think Consensus is the second one, but it's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Sucks because Hans Zimmer composed that one.
The third one's cool. It definitely isn't the third one. The first one's just slow, but it started everything. It's cool.
I've heard a lot of people not like Dead Reckoning, which I still haven't seen it.
I
but
almost want to pick Dead Reckoning Part 1 because I hated it. I didn't
Really?
hate it. It was a major disappointment.
Is it because
just
it's a part
not
one?
It's
as
because we-
good as Fallout.
Yeah, because it was such a decline from Fallout is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that was going to happen when they continued. I was like, you can't.
But 2 is worse.
We did it to ourselves. We went into the theater way too excited.
Unimaginable hype.
Expecting
We
Henry
recorded.
Cavill.
We
We
watched
were
all
so
of them.
excited.
We watched a bunch of them. And we watched like the 3 most recent and did an episode recording them. Okay, that's our time. Best we have a majority
Yep.
is Ghost Protocol,
Mhm.
closely followed by Fallout, and then the worst was Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
M2.
Ooh. Next one. Pirates.
Ooh.
Easy choice for me.
Yeah, for the
Best
best favorite.
Yeah.
One for me is Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh, for me, it's Dead Man's Chest, number 2.
Oh wow.
Number 2 has the best fights. It has
It's hard
that,
to pick though.
dude, number
because
2
like,
has that fight where they're fighting over the chest and the key, and like it's Will Turner and Jack Sparrow, and then whatever.
Captain.
Captain Jack Sparrow. You remember this is the day you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. The first one has great moments, but the third one has the Davy Jones CGI. It has all the stuff on the ship with Will and his dad. It has the chest and the beating heart of Davy Jones, and that awesome sword fight between 3 people where they're literally
Yeah.
on a freaking water
Wheel.
going.
Yeah.
Like, can I change your
That's
minds here? Like, this is such a good movie.
you can't change my mind.
The score is so good.
Yeah, the score is great. Might be a hot take, but
10
I actually
seconds.
think for me it's 1, 3, 2 as my rankings. But I love all 3.
There's also like 3 more movies. It's like 5
yeah,
seconds.
the 5th one sucks. I watched it the other day and I felt
You have a majority on one, but
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna.
want-
Oh, worst one is the newest one.
The newest one.
Yeah,
I
Okay,
haven't seen
so-
that. I can.
it's
I
bad.
believe you.
Yeah, I can.
I'll-
I can give
Have
it to you.
you haven't seen it,
I haven't seen it.
bro? Terrible.
So time's up. So we're going
So
worst,
Curse of-
newest.
Curse of Black Pearl.
I guess we
Yeah.
have to. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
turning, but it is
Yeah.
majority.
You're making some good points.
Yeah, you are making some good
I
points.
do like that.
But I
film.
do also love how the third one is the
opening
best.
with the freaking when he has his eyes painted, like when they're closed, they look open, and he's running from the cannibals, and they're all like falling into the pit with those circle things around them, and he's got like the pole chained to him, and he gets stuck and bounces back up. Like they're
It's like-
so good.
they're-
Those two
they're-
movies are so good.
Those are the best swashbuckling films ever made.
They're
in my
great
opinion.
adventure movies.
Like
Those in Jurassic Park, great adventure movies.
So you like the third one more than the second one?
I used to like the third one the most,
That's
but
wild.
on the last rewatch, Curse of the Black Pearl just kind of got that Jurassic Park feeling where it's like it's the
It's like-
original.
They're both
Yeah.
John Williams scores, aren't they? I know
Hans Zimmer.
Jurassic Park is.
Jurassic Park is Hans Zimmer.
No, Jurassic Park is John Williams.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, is that what you
backed
meant
up.
to say?
And then Pirates is Hans Zimmer.
Oh, okay.
With,
He's the goat. I love
Klaus
him.
belt or whatever. But
Double
So,
double
I
composer.
think I might have kicked the camera earlier. I'm not sure. But check.
No, you still look all right.
Sweet.
Well, look at yours.
Good.
Well, I agree no matter what. Look at
So
that.
that.
we came to a consensus. What's the next one? We're going for time here,
Ooh.
fellas.
Yeah, me and Aaron are gonna kill this one. Transformers.
Go ahead. What's the best?
Darker than me.
Yeah, I think the kid in me wants to say Dark of the Moon.
If the first Transformers didn't exist, I would agree.
I technically the first Transformers, but if I want to have a great time,
Technically.
like from a
You mean-
filmmaking perspective, I would
disagree.
say the first Transformers.
No, I
But
think from a filmmaking perspective, the third one is
but
better.
from an enjoyment factor and
I
the kid
just
in me,
rewatched the first two, and they're not nearly as good.
How can the
second one is not that bad.
how can the first one be better?
I agree.
How can the third one be better mathematically when it literally doesn't have Megan Fox in it?
The other girls
Because it's about the Transformers.
Is that all you think Megan Fox brings?
Bro,
to
it has the
movie
dude from Grey's
besides
Anatomy
Jessica
in it.
Chastain?
What else does she bring?
Charisma, energy, acting talent.
I blame Michael Bay. No. Yeah, that was a whole different situation. But regardless of the female actress, I still think Dark of the Moon is a great film and it has the
30
stakes
seconds.
that the other Transformers films
What's the
lack.
worst?
The worst is The Last Night. Yeah, it is.
Last Night's bad.
I was going to say Rise of the Beast, but
Edge of Extinction.
number is that one?
Edge of Extinction.
Is that 5?
that's 5.
Yeah.
Age of Extinction is not bad.
Age of Extinction. Yeah, it's
Mark
bad.
Wahlberg is goated.
Mark Wahlberg is not.
He-
For Transformers movies, he's not. Outside of it. Okay, so we're going. Best is Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Worst is.
The Last Night.
You agree with this? Okay.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Is Age of Extinction when he's like, you're too old to be dating my daughter. And he's
Yes,
like, technically,
yes,
no.
yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
carry the Romeo and Juliet statute
Yes.
card proving I am not committing any crimes. Like, that's gotta be the worst movie.
It's yeah,
That's the fourth one, though.
it is the fourth one.
Yeah.
But The Last Night is just such a bad like story and execution.
There were some
at
cool
least Age
parts
of Extinction
in
has an overall good plot.
Yeah,
Besides the minor
statutory aside.
weird stuff. Yeah, that's the I kind of forget about that on purpose. But anyway, next one, X-Men.
Timer. Me and Aaron agree on this.
Now for this one, I guess we're including like all the solo films too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Logan then.
Aaron would say Deadpool and Wolverine.
Haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet. Would you really though? No, you wouldn't.
No.
We-
I'd say
I would-
Days of Future Past.
I would
Yeah.
agree. Days of Future Past. Logan runner up.
Yeah.
I can go with Days of Future Past.
Okay.
But X2.
Hey, Shats, if you're
X2
watching.
also runner up.
What's the worst?
I haven't seen all of them.
I don't like the Wolverine.
No,
Can we get this guy off of this podcast?
that's
I
not.
don't know if it's the worst.
You should be wearing the fedora.
What,
right
New
now.
Mutants?
That's no. I actually enjoyed that one.
I enjoyed it too, but like they're all pretty good. Oh wait. It's got to be one of the newer ones. Like Dark Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah.
I've heard that's bad. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I'm gonna say Dark Phoenix.
All right, let's go with that
Go
one.
there.
Okay. Yeah, that's New Mutants way better than
Why
that.
don't you like Wolverine?
Dude, you love anime. I'm shocked. You
I'll
don't like
rewatch it.
Wolverine.
The story was like kind of nothing to me.
The story was good.
Also, no other X-Men made like
That's why it was good.
But think about that. The only
Our
X-Men
times
that's
were
worthy of
this
solo
one.
films is Logan.
She's like, can we please move on?
we said best was Days of Future Past,
Yep.
which heavily features our man Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, and worst was Dark
Phoenix.
Phoenix, which barely features Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That's the problem.
All right, moving on. This one covers a lot of films. Batman.
Oh, just Batman. Ooh.
Just Batman in general. Live action. Batman in general.
Y'all know how I feel about this.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, best.
You guys. I'd say the Batman, but seems I'm outnumbered here.
Concede.
Dark Knight it is.
Worst
Worst.
live action only.
It's got to be.
Should I count the Flash?
No. It's got to be Batman or Robin.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't even seen it. I've just seen clips.
yeah, it's
it's pretty cringe. I mean, none of them are that horrible. I think it's campy and it's fun, but it's
Yeah,
probably the
like-
worst.
it's got to be the worst out of the ones that exist. So
Dang, you guys stop kicking all of our equipment. I'm not even moving over here. Okay, so we agree best Batman movie is The Dark Knight. Aaron also agrees worst Batman movie is Batman and Robin.
There we go. Look at
Next
that.
one.
That was fast.
We saved 17 seconds.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah. Best
this
one.
one's.
I don't know. You guys can go first. I'm still thinking about
I
it.
can tell you what my favorite is. It's The Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
with Andrew Garfield.
I would say so too.
Really?
It's got the
'Cause
best
I would-
Spider-Man scenes.
I would probably. Wait, you said Amazing Spider-Man?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would probably agree.
With a runner-up as Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
Oh,
That's pretty much how my list goes.
guess that was easier than I thought.
What's
Now,
the worst
one?
Ironically, as a back-to-back choice, it could be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's either
That's true.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, or Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spider-Man 3.
It
or
could be one from
Homecoming.
each franchise.
And it's not because like Homecoming's bad. It's just because it's the least best looking back. But I would say Spider-Man 3 or Homecoming. I just can't really pick because I find a lot of stuff I love in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Homecoming's just boring.
It is.
Like, I rewatched that and I'm like, God, Spider-Man's is he even in this movie? 4 seconds, Aaron. Make the
Michael Keaton's great.
Yeah, but he's a nothing villain. I mean, he's
Spider-Man
not,
3?
Vulture's not nothing, but
Sure.
Spider-Man 3.
Sure.
okay. Spider-Man 3 is our worst, and as our best, we all unanimously agreed. The Amazing Spider-Man, surprisingly,
Amen.
so much fun, amazing camera shots. Like when you go back and rewatch it, it's mind blowing how creative they were at the camera work. It's fine.
Did you hit the camera again?
No, it just the screen turned black.
Oh.
I'm really worried. I haven't done a podcast in a while. Okay, next one, Hunger Games.
Start.
I'm gonna be ballsy and say that my favorite as of right now is the latest Hunger Games film.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say a Mockingjay movie. That would have
No.
been really ballsy.
I really love the new one.
For sure, I'll tell you guys my least favorite is Mockingjay Part 1.
Yes, I would agree with that.
My favorite is probably The Hunger Games. It introduces us to the world,
Mhm.
has really fun appearances by different characters. Woody Harrelson's awesome. Effie Trinket's actress is Elizabeth. I can't remember her name.
I can't remember that.
She's amazing. She's in a lot of stuff. there's a lot of like fun in that movie. They do great world building. 2 is Catching Fire is my favorite book, but
I
Hunger
do
Games
like
is my
Catching
favorite
Fire
movie.
too.
I like the first one the most too.
Okay.
Least
So
favorite for you guys?
Least favorite's Mockingjay Part 1.
Yeah, it's same.
Get on board
It's
with
the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1
Yeah.
effect. It's all exposition.
I think
no-
Part
no
2 is
substance.
actually a decent film.
And they had
Just the
Mahershala
first
Ali, bro, and they how they
He's
miss.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali's in it. Philip Seymour
Remember that.
Hoffman's in
Hunger
it.
Games has a great way of like
Julianne
hiding how big these actors in there are.
Yeah.
Like I just saw a picture like Rue, who's in The Acolyte, and
Yep.
also Jack Quaid is in
Mhm.
Jack
Catching
Quaid is
Fire 2, like Hunger Games 2.
he's in Hunger Games
or
1.
1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the like high level tributes, the one with the spear.
Mm-hmm. Like I had no clue, but sweet. Next one, Terminator.
Start. I know my favorite
One.
Terminator. It's easy.
Mine is the first one.
Surprise.
I'd say
You're
the
probably gonna
second
say
one.
the second
T2 Judgment Day.
Yeah.
one. It's like it's both of them, so I could live with T2.
There's a lot of contention for worst.
What do you think?
It's definitely not T3. T3 is loads
No.
of fun.
Not T3, not Salvation for me. It would be.
I think for me it could be Salvation. What about Genesis?
I haven't seen Genesis, so it's either Genesis or Dark Fate. Dark Fate was god awful. Like, have you seen the one? That's the latest one.
Is Dark Fate the one with Jason Clarke?
No, that's Genesis.
And that's the one I've seen. Dark Fate I haven't seen.
I could be fine with either of those because I've heard Genesis is terrible from John multiple times. He's like, it's so bad, but I want you to watch it to see how bad it is.
Well, it had some cool parts, but it's bad.
with John Courtney.
Salvation is bad.
Salvation is better
Cool
than those
parts
two.
in that one better than the cool parts
Oh,
in the other.
100%. Dark Fate is just a disrespect.
All right, let's
so
do
that
with
one?
Dark Fate.
Cool.
Okay,
Worst is Dark Fate. Best is T2 Judgment Day. With T1 as runner up.
sweet.
It's a really well made movie.
Indiana Jones. I've only seen 2 of them.
I've seen all of them. I'm a real fan.
So the 2 I've seen, I would go the classic Raiders as the best one.
The one I remember the most is the first one.
I'm gonna go Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I'm just kidding.
I
I'll
haven't seen it, but I've heard that was like a very touchy subject there.
I'll go classic Raiders of the Lost Ark. That movie is just. There are just so many movies we wouldn't have if not for that.
Yeah.
And it's really good. The practical giant rolling boulder is awesome. You can't beat Spielberg at his prime. You can't beat him at what he does. And worst, I would say the newest one. I thought it was absolute shit, especially in the third act.
I enjoyed it, but I also haven't seen the other one, so I don't know what I'm comparing it to.
It,
Yeah,
you
I
felt-
haven't,
you- you
I
got
haven't
the-
seen the newest one.
You enjoyed like the time travel.
I thought there was iffy parts of it, but it felt like a better like return to a character than most returns to characters from recent like legacy sequels type things.
He's 80 years old. Was he?
Dude, he was killing.
Time's up. I'm going with my ones I've already said. Worst is
Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. It was trash.
I mean, I haven't seen the other one, so I could
I haven't seen that one, but
All right, so we all agree.
go with that.
the best.
We
is,
don't all agree,
the,
but
best, the best is the first. The worst
we
is the last.
concede. It's a running theme
that's
here.
happened a lot. Yeah.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is like has fun parts. Everyone hates on it. Oh, he flew out of a nuclear explosion in a fridge. Shut up.
But then it's like Dial of Destiny. Oh, he like flew back in time. Whatever.
There's
Like,
always sci-fi elements in them, which I get. People are like, "There's been sci-fi elements and mystical elements since the first one." Yeah, but time travel to
Yeah, but
like
Raiders-
go like stand next to Odysseus and give him a high five is crazy.
yeah.
It didn't happen just like that, but it was cheesy.
Heard it both ways.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is cool.
The next one I'm very curious because I think we're all gonna have different opinions is the Rocky franchise. And this includes Creed as well.
You guys
I'm
already know
always-
where I sit.
I know that's the step. I'm always gonna go with Rocky, the original, because just like it is, we wouldn't have the other ones without it, and it is like one of the most like heartfelt, close to the chest movies ever made.
It's great. My real answer for my heart is Rocky 3. So we all have different.
I love
Aaron's
that.
is Creed 3.
I love that though.
Yeah, I mean Clubber Lang
Yeah.
is probably my favorite villain.
Yeah.
Who are you closer to? I honestly can't even. I'm equidistant with you guys. I love Creed 3 and I love Rocky 1.
I haven't seen Creed 3, but if it was Creed
20
2,
seconds.
I would probably lean more towards Creed 2. But I'm probably leaning more towards Rocky 3 because
Creed 3's, I think, a lot better than Creed 2.
I
I think
also
it goes
love Rocky
Creed 3, Creed 1, and then Creed 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Creed 3 is definitely better than 2.
I would lean more
5
towards Rocky 3. But I want Rocky because it's the classic one.
I could lean towards either of you guys. It's a hard choice.
I think you should come over here.
I think you should come over
Come
here.
over here.
Aaron, who are you closer
Listen to the
Time-
guy in
time's
the
up.
green shirt and the black hat.
Time's up.
Oh,
You need to
are
you need to
closer
bet
Rocky or Rocky
Aaron.
3?
doesn't remember
The one
either of
that
them.
like
I remember. I'd say Rocky 3 is where I'm closer to.
So we're all
right,
close.
Rocky
We're
III.
all equidistant to Rocky 3.
So Andrew wins again.
What's the worst
I
one?
don't like that.
The worst one.
Do not say Rocky Balboa.
No,
Or,
no. I like all of them. Here's the thing. I like all of them.
We're out of time, guys.
I would probably say Rocky 5.
I'll take Rocky 5.
Deal.
All right.
Okay, Rocky 5 is the worst. Rocky 3 is the best upper leg.
This is okay. I do not agree with this, but I conceded because I haven't seen Creed 3.
Gotta let me win some.
Oh,
You good?
What?
I'm
Got a
gonna
phone
have to
call.
look this up.
Oh, okay. We'll wait.
Hello?
Can you put on a?
No, I'm doing the episode right now with them. Okay. All right. Bye. I love my wife. She lets me have fun. No,
That's
that
on
makes me feel
recording
bad.
now. Okay, what's next?
I'm glad she didn't tell me. Never mind. What's next is Alien. There's been a lot of chatter in the Discord about this.
I haven't seen any of them, so I'm gonna sit this one out.
I would say best is Aliens.
I would say Alien, but
First one.
I can't agree with Aliens because those two are like top tier.
So we agree, Aliens.
Give me this one.
I don't like Alien.
What? Okay,
I
so I
respect it
watched your
for-
episode. We might go a little longer this one. The episode you did with Dan Brown, right? You talked about the xenomorph.
Yeah, the suit.
I thought it looked cool.
I mean, maybe if I watched it like when I
I
was
don't
like
know.
negative 20 years old, then like when the movie came out.
I don't know how to respond to that. So let's go Aliens. All right. The worst one that I've seen is Alien Covenant.
I'll concede to that because there's quite a few Aliens I haven't seen. I'm gonna watch them all before Romulus comes out.
Yes, super good for this. So best one Aliens, worst one Covenant.
Look, see, you got worst, and I got to pick best.
Yeah, at least I can pick one. Next one, Predator. I haven't seen all of them,
There's a
but
lot of cool Predator movies.
Also, haven't seen these movies.
My gut is to go with the first Predator for best.
first Predator.
I saw you guys talking about it on your podcast recently.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Oh, we missed it.
CIA had you pushing too many pencils.
Dude, that movie is like, you want to watch a movie to get you hyped to work out? That's one of them.
He looks
Along
so-
with
yeah.
Rocky 1. Anyway.
Rocky 1 is so slow and boring.
But when-
It would definitely not give me
When he
hype to work out.
finally trains, it's awesome.
Dude, that the build up. There's this thing about build up, bro. Anyway.
What's the worst?
Yeah, and it's called taking a nap before you work out.
And
If
you
I
heard
was
it
going to
here,
watch
folks.
Rocky, I'd take a nap and then I'd feel ready to work out.
We have
Isn't
16
Rocky
seconds
the
left
only
of
one that
Predator.
won the Oscar? That's all I'll say. True.
I think the worst might be Alien or Predator 3. I think a lot of people have. I think it's cool
I haven't seen
personally.
it, but yeah, I could. I'll take your word for it.
They're on the Predator planet timer, but I think a lot of people hate it. So
It kind of loses the fact of like an alien. It just like now it's on their planet.
yeah, not Alien, not a Predator anymore, not Alien.
Oh, here we go. Easiest one, The Matrix.
Oh my gosh,
The
best
Matrix.
is the Matrix. Worst is Resurrections.
Is that the latest one?
Yeah. It's either that or Revolutions. They're both absolute garbage. Nightmare trash movies from the horror dump pile. I mean, I can't even. I literally
Does it go like literally 1, 2, 3, 4?
probably. Yeah, actually, because 2 is like a steep decline from 1, but still has cool parts. 3 is not worth the fucking DVD that they.
Man, so what's the latest one?
Dude, isn't that crazy to like
They keep going, but each one just gets
decline
worse.
that much from each movie? Because the goal is always to like make a better movie
Yeah.
each time.
They insulted the legacy with the sequels. They should have stopped at the first one, in my opinion.
Sad.
And I love the first Matrix.
So which one's the worst?
Resurrections. I'd say.
Resurrections.
Alright.
All right, our
Recent-
first
recency,
animated
unbiased.
franchise. Despicable Me.
1 minute.
I've only seen the first one and I didn't like it that much.
I've seen the first 3, but they all kind of melted together. I remember liking the first one the most.
I've seen them all as the one here who's seen the most movies.
He's like,
Actually, the first one is the best, and in my opinion, the second one is the worst.
all right, well, there we have it.
There we go.
I've seen 4 in theaters, and I might have seen it in theaters twice. But because I brought my nephew, but it was fun.
That's the one that's on his box office draft, so he's trying to...
Yeah.
3 is actually pretty funny, but 2 for me is just lacking. It introduces Lucy, who's voiced by Kristen
What about
Wiig.
Minions?
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't seen Minions or Rise of Gru. So
I forgot about those. I haven't seen them either, but
the Minions are like the funnest part of the like third one. They're so funny.
Boy.
Papa Booey. Banana.
Banana. Toy Story. There we go. I'm just gonna leave. I haven't seen any of them.
I always forget that you
So,
haven't seen
I
Toy
will
Story.
ask-
Egregious cinema
I will
sin.
ask. No spoilers, but you guys rank them. I'm
Me
assuming.
and Aaron have historically disagreed on this because
Yeah.
the first Toy Story is my favorite and the second is his, and we both feel
Yeah.
really strongly about it.
But I also really like the third one. I'd say the first one,
I'm more curious to see what's going to be the worst one now.
I would probably
Oh, it's
rank
easy.
them 2, closely followed by 3, and then 1 and 4.
I would do 1 followed by 3, then 2, then 4.
So you want to meet at 3?
Let's do it. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, respect. 3's a
like
great
that.
movie. I cried in the theater. I was
Dude.
like, whenever I was 14 or something,
Yeah.
I was crying. I was like,
It hits so hard. It was me and my mom both just crying.
Yeah, no, me and my whole family went to see it, and it made a ton of money. So 3 is the best, and
Yeah.
4 is the worst.
Yeah.
2 seconds to spare.
Another
Boom.
unnecessary legacy sequel.
A lot of people do like it.
It does have
And now
really
they're making
cool
a 5?
parts, and the animation is insane. But 3 was the perfect send off.
Yeah.
You know, like it just ended exactly how it should have.
Trilogy ending.
The animations, like I can see my own reflection in the tear on Woody's face.
Nothing will beat Incredibles 2,
Everyone in
though.
the audience looks like.
Dude, Incredibles 2, you have those little specks
I
on
know.
your shirt.
You zoom in on the poster, and I was like, "What kind of award are they going for?" I mean,
It's in like 45K.
why can I see Bob more clear than I can see my own hand?
Next one, another animated, Shrek. My favorite, Shrek 2.
I've
It's
only
tough.
seen the first one, I think.
I've only seen the first 2.
For me,
I've heard the one
how
with
do you
the,
guys?
I heard the one with the babies is the worst.
Yeah, it's
Which one's that?
with Rumpelstiltskin. It's 4.
Yeah. The
4 is easily the worst, easily for me.
What's up with all these franchises? Just getting worse and
Downhill.
worse and worse.
And they're making a 5, just like we said about Toy Story. But I could choose
Yeah.
between 1 or 2. They're both good. I think probably 2 I lean towards because 2 is so freaking funny with the
It's
real world
funnier,
references and
bro.
Hollywood references and like
one is
the-
great, but 2 is just hilarious.
Dude, I need a hero.
Yeah.
When Gingerbread Man gets big, that's my dog, man. I'm the Gingerbread Man.
I'm Donkey, he's Shrek.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I'm the ass.
All right. All right.
Hey, can you say ogres are like onions?
No.
Ogres are like onions.
Just one
someone
someone
after
say.
after ogres.
Okay,
We've got
we're
layers.
still
Did you
we're
pick
still
the
good on
worst?
time.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
4 is the worst and 2 is the best.
Okay.
We're still good on time.
Reset.
It's been 36 minutes.
Wow,
I'm not there.
plenty of time.
We're on like 20, aren't we?
Yeah, we're at 24 now.
We got this.
I don't have much say in this one.
Out of 40?
It's gonna be longer than
We're halfway. Ooh.
But Ice Age, I've only seen one of them, and I literally don't remember
Ooh.
what it was.
Ooh.
This is another tough decision. My favorite would probably be the first Ice Age.
Yeah, that's definitely the one I've seen the most. They had it on at like our daycare like every single day. So there was this one summer
how
where I
old were
watched
you?
it every single day.
So he was sitting there being
was-
brainwashed by
Probably,
Ice
like,
Age.
He was
the
17.
summer of like shut up, of like first grade or something.
I said he was 17.
He's like the freaking Adam Sandler meme where he's sitting there in kindergarten class.
I'm gonna say that the
I
worst.
like the third one.
I'm gonna say the third is hilarious, and I could meet you there. That's what Continental Drift or something.
Yeah, I think the second one's the worst.
Sounds like a Fast
there a
and Furious
fourth?
title.
No, the fourth has got to be the worst. It's called Collision Course.
I don't think I've seen that one. The third one's with dinosaurs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Continental.
I like
Drift.
that one a lot.
That one, the what's his name, the Weasel or whatever. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
I died, but
Dude,
then I
swear,
lived.
like maybe I've seen a mashup because I've seen all these characters, but I don't
The
remember
time's
the
up.
movie.
For reference, Collision Course has 18 out of 100, the lowest rated
Wow.
one on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, we can go with that one. I haven't seen that, but what do you want to do the first? I would probably pick the third one.
I'll lean to 3. I think the
Okay.
first 3 are pretty even keel for
Yeah.
me because I don't love Ice Age.
I
that much.
do like the watermelon scene. I reference that a lot. The last melon.
I have a hankering. I might want to call Dan Brown, but no, because the next one I have not seen any of them. I don't know what you guys' take is, but Star Trek,
I would only know to pick from the new movies.
Yeah,
the
same.
ones with Pine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pine and
I've heard
people say is my doppelganger. Zachary Quinto.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
I
Chris
think
Pine.
it's the eyebrow ridge. Not Pine, no.
I thought you were going to say Carl Urban.
I was gonna actually say Carl Urban as a joke after I started saying it.
Bro, Carl Urban's in everything, and I forget
I'm a
it.
doctor, not a miracle worker, damn it.
He has a wide variety of characters that
He's
plays,
unrecognizable sometimes too.
Star
I mean,
Trek, Lord of the Rings,
he's
The
in Thor
Boys,
Ragnarok.
Thor.
Dread, Thor.
Yeah.
And his face is covered a lot. I mean, he's bald in Ragnarok. He's got a helmet in Dread. He's hard to recognize in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He's in a chameleon. He's a chameleon.
Chameleon. So I have no say in this.
I like
but-
the
15
first one, I
seconds.
think.
I would say the
Of
first.
the new ones.
Yeah, and then maybe Beyond for the worst. Wrath of Khan is cool. It has Cumberbatch.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but I just haven't seen the old ones
Yeah,
to
me
judge.
neither.
Sweet. Next one, Die Hard. I'm gonna be that classic guy. Go with the first one.
I feel
That's the only one I've
I
seen.
feel very, very strongly about this one. I love Die Hard. It was in my top 20 movies when we did it. I've been watching it since I was a kid on DVD with my grandma. I went and saw it in theaters when it re-released. The first one is the best movie.
Great Christmas movie too.
A runner-up, my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Runner-up is Die Hard 3,
Mm.
which is Die Hard with a Vengeance. The worst one is Die Hard 5.
I haven't seen any of the other ones, but like, yeah, there was one was like, is it Die Harder or something?
Just keep on dying.
I know, like I forget the title of it, but something. It sounded weird.
Die more.
Yeah, like
I don't even know the name of the fifth one. I saw it in theaters because I love Die Hard movies.
Live Free, Die Hard.
That's a great movie.
Is that-
I don't care what anybody says. Has Timothy Oliphant in it. That's the fourth one.
That's the fourth
A
one.
Good Day
Okay.
to Die Hard. That's the fifth one.
Timothy
Never
Dalton.
watched it again. Timothy Oliphant.
Ah, damn it. Okay. I love
The
Timothy
football
Dalton.
player?
I don't know who he is.
who.
Timothy Dalton. He's one of the James Bond, but anything he's in, I will watch because he's just a great actor.
I think you
So-
guys need to trust me on this one.
Best one's the
I'll
first
trust you.
one, and the worst one's the fifth
French
one.
actor.
Again,
The best one's
first
the
and
first
last.
one. The worst one's the fifth one. Die Hard is the best. Worst is A Good Day to Die Hard, which is shitting on the legacy of Die Hard. The fourth one, people underrate it. It's a lot of fun. The second one is bad. It's a remake of the first one that's like doesn't change enough details. This takes place in an airport. I feel so strong. I've seen these movies a lot of times.
No, yeah, I've
Yeah.
only seen Die Hard once, and it's immediately like one of the best movies ever made.
John
So,
McTiernan directed it. The
Yeah.
director of
dude,
First
it had
Predator.
so
It was our
much,
Christmas episode this past year.
Like, yeah, that was awesome
that's all in theaters
because
this
it
time.
is a
It-
Christmas
It's
movie.
going to be our Christmas episode for this year.
It might be the most fun I've ever had in a theater in my life, watching Die Hard
Yeah.
in Dolby Digital.
That was awesome.
in
Dude, that
December last
sound
year.
Probably was amazing. Next one is Rambo.
Timer. 1 minute.
I
I have not
only
seen it.
remember the first one.
First Blood.
Out of the ones I've seen, which is First Blood and Last Blood. I liked Last Blood more. I did not like First Blood.
I'm
that
sorry,
much.
what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I did not. I did not like First Blood.
First Blood Part 1 would have to be my personal pick, just out of respect. to
I
it.
probably will have to rewatch it, but there was just something about it that just I did not.
How many
like.
are there? 4?
5.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think.
Actually,
5.
no, I'm wrong. Rambo 4 is my favorite. The one where he's in the jungle.
Well,
That's-
yeah, he's in the
jungle in all of them?
Yeah,
the
but
first
like-
two, it's kind of the forest because he's back in the U.S.
Yeah,
Okay.
this I'm pretty sure is Rambo 4. That one is my favorite. Also very controversial. With I guess it was dealing with some like real life situation I was having at the time in whatever country they were in. But my least favorite from the ones I've seen is the original, which I know that's a hot take, but similar to your take with
Kinda
Rocky,
like Rocky, yeah.
I just didn't.
Time's up,
It was that same thing.
I'm glad we can agree.
Aaron. You got to be a tiebreaker because
bit
I'm not.
different.
I'm not moving on this one. I'm not
Staying at the first one?
I'm not picking Last Blood as my favorite.
I mean, I'm going to go with the first
No,
one.
no,
It's the only
Rambo
one I can
4.
remember.
Oh, okay. So
I don't think I've seen the other
So
one.
we have to have a consensus on one then,
I'll let First Blood's fine.
and then worst.
Worst.
Whatever one he said was his favorite.
I kind of
No,
agree.
no, probably
It's
2
fine.
or 3.
Three.
Yeah,
Worst is 3. Best is 1
All right.
for Rambo.
sweet.
Some of these are we're just half-assing them.
You got lucky there, Justin.
Well, you know what? I feel like we're like 90% right with all these takes, though. Next one, John Wick.
You guys know.
Oh, you're not going to like
You're not going to like mine. And I'm not going to move on this one because you didn't move on First Blood.
What's yours? Go ahead.
3.
That's the worst.
That's my least favorite.
Yeah, that's the worst
It's
one.
not the worst.
With
though.
the
It's
majority.
The best one. It's the best one.
How?
It's the most visually stunning. It's the most epic.
More visually stunning than 4.
I would say
Disagree.
4 takes from 3.
I'd say 4. 4 is the best visually with
Look
the
at that,
coolest
he's
shots.
Just because one comes first doesn't mean
Yeah.
the other one isn't
Yeah.
better.
4 has like those overhead shots
Hold
that are
on to
like
that.
a top-down video game style, and it's got the shots fighting around.
4 is great.
What's that thing called?
Um,
Arc de Triomphe. And then 1 is the best story by far. So my best is 1.
Yeah, same.
And then my worst is 3.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll sacrifice my favorite. I'll put 1 at 1 because I can agree with you on that because I always teeter
And because you have no choice.
Is this a deal? Is this a deal?
It's a deal, but we're not putting 3 at worst. We're
What?
putting either 2 or 4 at worst, which
2.
I would say 2.
I'll take 2.
We had the majority.
I know we do, but
We had the
give the man, let the man have a little bit of something.
Yeah, because 1 I can see. 1 is the best, and 2 is the worst in this situation.
3 is the one with the dogs, right?
1 is the one with the dogs.
That's the one with the dogs.
3 has like what Halle Berry with the trained dogs.
Yeah, that one's the worst.
That's not.
I do think it's
2.
the worst, and it has some of the laziest choreography moments where it's like they just
my
don't get
ranking
back up.
Honestly is 3, 1, 4, 2. That's how it is. 2 is the least interesting to me on multiple rewatches.
The common fights are really cool.
Yeah,
It's
but
boring in the beginning and it gets
it's
better.
just like it doesn't hold up for me between 1 and 3, and then 4 exists now. So
3 has the cool scene where they're throwing the knives.
Yeah,
3 is just like
I think my order would be 1, 2, 4, 3.
Mine might be like 1,
you still have 2 above 4.
4, 2, 3.
I'd say 4 is pretty damn good.
It's a little more.
It's just long.
It is long, but
Yeah.
it's a little more comedic.
It plays on the tropes of John Wick.
I would
Yeah.
sacrifice all the other 3 just to keep 1 though, because 1
Yeah.
is the best
Yeah,
by far.
yeah, for sure. Uh,
Didn't you say things?
no. Like I get it. No, that dude.
The look, you see the look on my
That's
face?
the thing, though, because what you just said, like you can't just do it because 1 came first. It's like without the first one, we wouldn't have 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, that's not what I mean.
Can't take that into consideration. That's like.
Yeah, that's not
I
what
agree. It is a very touchy subject, but there also is some weight to that because
I mean, there was
It's been said
other
multiple-
movies that came before John Wick that inspired and helped John Wick
yeah,
get
but
made.
which ones did it better than John Wick is my thing.
that hard.
I don't say it's. I
But
feel
that's
like
it-
that's
that-
a bit different.
But saying that proves my point that it can come later
But
and
then
it
you
can be
can't
better
just
than
say-
what came before it.
But then you can't just say because of John Wick, like you can't take away how great John Wick is because of 2, 3, and 4. Like I think it goes both ways with how we're describing it. It's just there's no perfect answer.
I'm confused. Are you following?
I'm
this
just
audio?
starting to lose me a
confused.
little bit.
I forgot what he said when
We're
I was
judging
just
the
saying
movies as individual movies, not like, oh, if we didn't have 1, 2 wouldn't have been as good.
Okay, well, here's what I'll say. If we're judging individuals, 3 is the best for me. 1 is my second favorite.
All right.
Fair enough.
But our consensus
Is 1.
is 1's the best and
Because we have
2
to
is the worst.
First is the best. Second is the worst.
All right, there we go.
Third is the
Third
one
is
with the
the
hairy
middle.
chest.
Moving on
Just like
before
this.
we all fight.
Uh,
I'm ready.
where are we? I haven't seen any.
Drop
of
the
these, but
hammer, bro.
Men in Black.
It's an easy decision for me. The best is the first one.
I'll take your word for it.
The worst is Men in Black International with Chris Hemsworth and
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Tessa Thompson.
I don't really remember the second one too
Is it
much,
Tessa Thompson?
but I like the third
Yeah,
one a
yeah.
lot.
The third one's good, but I mean,
I can agree with what you said.
the first one's so funny.
yeah,
And like the talk about like iconic duos throughout cinema history. I mean, like Jackie Chan in Rush Hour, their duo is so funny. But like this one, the dynamic of like the really funny, like quippy, young, youthful Will Smith with Tommy Lee Jones, like old crotchety Agent K, like it's magic on screen.
yeah, good
So,
twist.
yeah.
as well.
The cockroach is disgusting. I still like cringe thinking about how gross he is,
Yeah.
especially when he peels out of his skin. The actor does such a good job of being gross when he's like sugar, water in the sugar. Like,
This is like so out of context for me. Like, what is
you
happening?
got to watch it. More sugar.
We're in agreement.
So best Men in Black, and then the worst, the newest one.
Yep.
First and
International,
last,
yeah.
Again, Resident Evil. Haven't seen any of the movies, but I did watch the show, so I don't have a say on this. We might need to skip this one.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I've seen them. I've seen like
Damn, dude, Andrew's seen every movie ever.
I've seen, no. Honestly,
of the Rings.
I'm with you guys on this one. I've seen like 2, maybe 2.5 Resident Evil movies, and like
They're just like
I have very little recollection of them. Like I remember the scene where there's a guy on a rooftop and there's like a helicopter falling off the building, and this guy's a basketball player, so he jumps and like he's dunking, grabs the end of the helicopter and pulls it back down so the helicopter doesn't fall off the roof.
Dang, so he Captain America did.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
The first one like is cool. It takes place mostly in a building. I probably picked that one for my favorite, but like I don't have a strong stake in this universe, so I'll quit this one.
All right, moving on.
Just move
I didn't
on.
even start a timer.
First one we've skipped. That's doing pretty well. Next one is Saw. I have a lot to say in this.
Yeah, you have more weight. I mean, my guts to pick the first one.
Yes, first one's the best. And
Carrie Ellis.
What was it?
Yeah, I said Carrie Elwes, the actor, stars in it. He's the guy from Princess Bride. And
Yeah.
Twisters or
I didn't
Twister.
even really. I never knew his name. But yeah, that one's the best one, and my least favorite's probably
Jigsaw.
Saw. Nope, actually not. Saw.
I heard that one was good actually.
It's actually pretty good. Probably Saw 5 or Saw 6.
I haven't seen these.
I haven't seen any except like the first one,
Bro.
and then clips.
So, quick note: why I'm who I am today. In high school, I was virtual school for 9th and 10th grade, and for about 3
Shows.
months.
You have 20 seconds for your backstory.
All right, 3 months straight. I was supposed to be doing online work, and I was watching the entire Saw franchise, and I watched each film probably 3 or 4 times, and that's why it came down to the deadlines, and I failed a couple tests. But
Which one has the pit of needles?
Saw 3 or 4.
Which one? Time's up. Which one has the shot where they crash through the mirror and they're going to the office, and it's like a continuous shot? That's a really cool behind the scenes
I
shot.
don't remember that one.
The pit of needles is so cool. Have you guys seen the behind the scenes on that?
That's actually Saw 5.
They like had like they bought a bunch of needles,
Dude,
and then
it's
they
so
hired
unsettling,
a
bro.
team of workers specifically for weeks to remove the metal tip needles and put on plastic tips on the needles.
Jeez.
To fill this pit that they had, it took like 100,000 needles. So they just had people doing that for
Dude, it's
as their
so
full time job and then like they ended up having like not enough needles, so they had to like fill up the pit with like other stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They did it practically.
It's hard to watch, but I love it because how crazy some of the actual like death scenes are.
Mhm.
It's just how dark I am. I don't. Next one,
I'm
The
just
Conjuring.
so dark and different, you know.
Continuing with the James Wan theme is the Conjuring universe.
I have no say in this.
Haven't seen it.
Never seen a single Conjuring movie.
I'm not a horror guy. Sorry.
I am a horror guy. I would say The
You-
Conjuring 2, even though it's my least favorite movie to watch because I'm deathly afraid of nuns. That's the best one. The worst one's probably the latest one. I haven't seen it.
Red Door.
Haven't seen it.
No, it's Insidious.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's
I'm
why
not
they're
good-
confusing because Patrick Wilson is
Yeah.
in both of
I'm
them.
not good with horror, but isn't Ethan Hawke in the first Conjuring?
No,
I thought-
he's in
What am I thinking
The
of?
Purge.
No, he's in The Purge, but there's a horror movie. I thought
Sinister.
Sinister.
Yeah, Sinister's
Thank
great.
you.
I love Sinister.
I want to watch all those. I'm just now getting into horror like super late in life because they used to scare me as a little kid
Bro,
way too
well,
much.
You know, Aaron doesn't want to, so I'll watch
They
some horror
still
films
scare
with
me.
you.
Dude, come see Long Legs with me.
I want to see that.
I do too.
Freaking Nick Cage. Anyway, next one, Godzilla. Godzilla -1 has to be.
I'll concede to that, but I've seen like 2 Godzilla movies.
All right, Godzilla
We're getting to the area where
-1's the only one I've seen, so
All right.
I have to say it's my favorite.
Sweet.
I've seen a New Empire and then just the one that's just like Godzilla, like 2014 or whatever,
14, yeah.
with Elizabeth Olsen, Bryan Cranston.
Mhm.
And then I've seen like a couple King Kong movies from the MonsterVerse, but I'll let you just pick these freely.
I think -1's the best.
I hated Godzilla vs Kong, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And the new one is literally the same thing except worse.
New Empire was really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
The worst one that I've seen is probably Godzilla Final Wars, which was like an American one.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sam and John from my other podcast is if I'm on this
You're
podcast.
on the podcast.
From my
You are on it right now.
podcast, Sam and John enjoyed Final Wars because it is very campy, but I didn't.
Time's
like
up. Justin decided.
it. Best one, -1. Worst one, Final Wars. Next one, King Kong. I would probably say best one is 2005.
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson's King Kong. That one's just so epic.
Skull Island's pretty cool though.
Skull
I
Island's
think
cool.
it's the only
Second.
one I've seen.
I could agree
I
with
could
Peter
go-
Jackson because it's so
yeah.
iconic, and it also has Jack Black.
Dude, the cast is stacked in that one. I just feel like that's like the epic King Kong movie. I know the classics revered, and Skull Island's great too.
Bro, I'm not watching some black and white Kong movie. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. Best one, so I would say best one is Peter Jackson's. The worst one, if we can include it, is the latest.
New Empire.
God, yeah, New
I'm in.
Empire.
I'm in, dude. The movie sucks.
That movie
Sucks so
sucks,
bad. Should have been on one of our box office teams though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, what's
Would have
yeah?
helped me out a little
15
bit.
seconds
Freaking-
to spare.
okay. So best one, King Kong 2005. Worst one, New Empire.
Yeah, with a runner-up for best Skull Island.
Skull Island. Yeah. All right, cool. Next one, Planet of the Apes.
I mean, y'all know how I feel, and if you've been watching the show for the last couple months, you know how me and Aaron feel individually, and it's different for
I
best.
want to hear yours first.
Well, if I remember how you feel,
No, don't worry about how he feels. How do you feel?
all right. I know I'll have one of you on my side. So I think off my first time viewing, Rise was my favorite.
What do you think now?
Well, I've only seen it once.
Oh, you fucker.
I watched it 3 weeks ago, probably.
So
yeah, so
Aaron, I can tell the audience, Aaron agrees with you that Rise is the best. And I agree with the majority of the audience, which thinks Dawn is the best, has the best villain. Koba's amazing. Apes Together strong. Caesar weak, Koba weaker. It's straight gas all the way through.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they really develop Caesar is in the second one. He has his like rise to prominence in the first one, but in the second one we find out who Caesar is as a leader. And it's just some of the best motion capture work ever done on screen by Andy Serkis. It's very complex acting for a motion capture 8 performance. I say Dawn, but I have to concede to.
I probably will eventually change my rankings, but first time viewing, I think Rise, and I watched them all on the same day.
You got 20
You
seconds.
just like get connected to Caesar so much in that first
Caesar
film.
and James Franco like, relationship in that, and then like
Yeah.
the next ones, I love the fact that he has like his kid and everything, but
There's like no villain in the first one though.
there isn't. But it's almost like
There is,
The
but
The
it's like,
villain's like the
situation-
circumstance.
yeah.
well, the
circumstance.
villain's like
Yeah.
the CEO of the evil company, like the Lex
Right.
Luthor type, but it's like he doesn't really matter. The second one just has a better hero villain dynamic, antagonist, protagonist. So I'll concede to you guys because you outvote me. And then worst, I would say Kingdom.
Yeah, same.
Really,
Really? You
I was
say that
probably
like
gonna-
it's a surprise.
I'd say Kingdom or War.
I was gonna say one of the like old ones that I haven't even seen.
But I'm only counting the new ones because I haven't seen
Oh,
the old
I haven't
ones.
seen it.
New ones,
I could-
I enjoyed Kingdom. Not gonna lie, but I could
You could pick-
I could put it at the worst.
We can get out of this easily if we just pick the Mark Wahlberg one.
Let's do that because
Planet of the Apes, I think it's called.
I think the new ones are all good.
Yeah. Kingdom is good.
All right, there we go.
Sweet.
Best, we picked Rise. The worst is the Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, Planet of the Apes.
The one that yeah, okay. Underworld, haven't seen any of them.
Oh, those movies are great movies.
Yeah.
Have you not seen them?
No. What
Oh
is
my
it?
God.
I get that
Underworld.
confused with
Okay, I'm
Resident
gonna start
Evil.
timer just so I can pontificate on this for a second.
Why do you get to do that?
So Underworld movies are about vampires versus werewolves, and that's why I love them because it goes back to like the 2000s when like you could just make a fun vampires versus werewolf movie. It didn't have to have like this crazy established IP, and I just love werewolves. So I'd probably say my favorite is like Underworld 2 or Underworld. So the first or second one. I don't really have like a specific least favorite, but we can skip on this one if neither of you guys have seen them. But you should watch Underworld. It's loads of fun. And like they just build and make it like bigger as like I think there's like 3 movies only. But as it goes on, they just like kind of do like big like there's war brewing between the vampires and werewolves, and I think the girl's in love with a werewolf. It's like Twilight, but it's like
Better.
darker, I guess.
Okay.
I'd be down to watch that. I like werewolves a lot. Vampires have always
The
it's kind of
vampires in
been
those
hit or
movies look
miss.
cool too, because like they like transform, and it's not like Twilight where they turn into dogs. Like they turn into werewolves.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say we could watch them together, but this guy's never free.
Hey,
It was a shock that we got him here today.
September.
September. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh,
I got it marked on my calendar.
good. What's that from?
Oh, that's good. I know what it is.
Eyes Turn Black.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
Kate Beckinsale, Theo James,
That's
Michael
is Kate
Sheen, Bill
Beckinsale
Nye.
the same one in Resident Evil?
I think so.
Because that's what
They look
confused
alike.
me.
I always get them
Yeah.
How many more do
confused.
we got left?
Actually, no. I think it's someone else.
4? Okay, we're moving good.
We're on like that
we're
rat-
at
that
the hour
rat
mark
meme.
right now.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, the
I think
next one-
I think it's someone else. I think she has like an Eastern European name or something.
Well, whoever it is, they look very similar. That's why I've been confused.
I get them confused. I'm with you.
The next one, while he's looking that up,
Mila
You
Jovovich.
guys- that's yeah, okay. I recognize the name. The next one, you guys are gonna love. I've only seen one, so I'm gonna put my pitch in for that one being the best. The Bourne series. I would say the Bourne Legacy is the best because that's the only one I've seen.
You don't know what a joke pitch you're making to me right now. If you try to tell me that Bourne Legacy is better than Bourne Identity, I'll fucking fist fight you in the living room right
I've
now.
never seen any other ones. I'll say that. I'll say that.
I love these movies.
I love
I know
these
Aaron.
movies a lot. For the longest
I love
time,
them a
these
lot.
were my like favorite movies growing up. My favorite though would be Born Identity. I
So good.
do really like
that the
Legacy
first one?
though. I like Legacy a lot.
Yeah, but the first three.
I think
they're-
Legacy is better made than the Born.
Well, it's
really
just
good film.
newer, but Identity has a better story and it has Damon. Not that Renner is bad. I love Renner.
Yeah,
to
I was.
death.
I mean,
I just-
Legacy still has a good story, and it's not like it's just newer, so like they had newer
No, but I'm
equipment.
saying
Like,
one is
their
better.
direction was a lot better.
I also think
than
at that time,
Identity.
Bro,
I
shitting on
was
Doug Liman
seeing-
right now.
I was seeing Renner as Hawkeye, and he wasn't really getting his time to shine. And that one was like the one where it's like, dude, he can freaking act.
He was
I
cool
love
in
that movie.
Yeah.
He has a lot of stellar roles that he doesn't get appreciation for. I didn't start a timer for this one.
Yeah,
But-
he's an A-list actor that just happens to be like a B or a C-list superhero.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
He's so talented, and he's in a lot of good stuff. I think we can
Tag.
agree Identity as number one.
Identity.
And then the worst is obviously
Probably
Jason Bourne.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worse than Legacy.
It's the one I remember. The
Legacy's
least.
fine.
If Jason Bourne wasn't there, would you pick Legacy? I
Yes.
think I would pick the second one.
Really?
Supremacy.
Supremacy and Ultimatum are both really good continuations. I hate that the love interest dies, which I think is also Mila Jovovich. But I hate that the love interest dies in Supremacy. But in Ultimatum is a really cool movie as
The
well.
opening for Ultimatum is really cool, where they're like in that, I don't know, like Times Square kind of place, and he's
Yeah.
directing the guy.
It's an
on the
airport, I
phone.
think.
Yeah.
Airport or some kind of transit center.
Right. All right. Moving
3
on.
more.
Yeah, we came
All
to a
right,
decision
here we
on
go.
that one.
Haven't seen any of these. Mad Max. I would assume you guys are going to say Fury
It's
Road.
not Mila Jovovich.
The only two I've seen is
Think of a
Fury
third.
Road and Furiosa. So I
Okay.
like Fury Road better.
Yeah, Fury Road. I would just say Fury Road for the best, and then I haven't seen enough of the movies to say the worst.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's pick a best. Fury Road.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
phenomenal. I'm sure if I watched the other three, it would still be my favorite.
Yeah.
Very confident.
I almost watched it the other day, but had a baby, so.
Watch
Next
Toy Story. God damn it.
one. Second to last is Jumanji. I've seen the new ones, haven't seen the OG one. Out of the new ones, I would say the first one's my favorite.
Welcome to the jungle. So it's Welcome to the Jungle, and then the second one is Jumanji Next Level.
Yes.
But I would say that for me, it's no competition between those movies and a Robin Williams.
You seen the original?
Of course.
The
I've seen it
original's
in-
really good.
I've
The
seen it-
original's like, when I first watched it as a kid, like it was kind of scary.
Yeah, I
There's some
can't
scary
really.
moments.
It's a lot more serious.
They're being
than
hunted by that guy when they pull that card for the hunter. Like
Yeah,
he's like,
I'm really
Most
curious to
dangerous
watch
game.
that.
it's a lot more serious than the new ones. The new ones are comedies.
I think Welcome to the Jungle is like hilarious. Like
It is fun.
those
It
4
is fun.
cast
It's-
members perfectly casted.
the movies are funny. And I think Karen Gillan is really well cast in that movie too. Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black is so funny in those movies.
Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, always good together.
But
no
Jack
matter what
Black
they're
is the
in.
funniest.
Jack
in
Black
my
is the
opinion.
funniest.
Especially in Next Level, he's like next level funny. But Jumanji, I think, is a better made movie. Like,
It's a film.
yeah, the other one's are a movie, but Jumanji's a film.
It's a cinema.
No, but Jumanji is really funny. It's got Robin Williams, but like you said, the beginning's almost like horror-esque. Like when the kids disappear,
Mhm.
I was like, I think his name's Alan. I was like, oh dang. Like, and then he lives like a horror life, living in Jumanji for like 20 years, like growing out this beard and surviving in the jungle as a child,
That should be our next like short film inspiration video that we do.
sucked
like
into a
a
world,
board game, yeah, or a
That would be
video game
fun.
or
Bro, I already
something.
told you that
Be
like
really
8
cool.
months ago.
get sucked into the game of life, and it's just like your regular house.
Podcast board.
Sucked into Sims podcast portal. I wrote that by
You
the way.
get sucked into a vortex.
I wrote a script, a comedy
Yeah.
script for
We'll
that.
Gotta do
get
it.
that out.
You
We'll
gotta
get that
do
out. Let's not spoil anything.
You know when
here.
we'll get that out?
Eventually.
Okay, so best, do we agree Jumanji?
Yeah.
And then I would say worst is probably Next Level.
Next level.
That's the
Even though
second
it's
one, right?
Yeah.
it's still good.
It has
Just-
Nick Jonas and has cool stuff in it, but
It's still funny.
All right, last one. Ending it off on another one that I've only seen the original is Ghostbusters. I would say the original is the best.
the original's the best, I agree.
I haven't seen them.
I heard the one, the 2016 one.
Afterlife?
No, I heard the 2016 one.
Oh,
was
with
worst-
the
all
female stars?
Yeah, the female stars
I
was
can't pick that one. I'm sorry. I'm a feminist, so
the worst rated one. But I've also heard the latest 2 are just bad as well. So
yeah, Afterlife and Frozen Empire don't seem good either. They seem
keep seeing them pop up on Max. I'm like, oh, that poster looks cool, but the movie probably sucks.
I don't watch them anymore. I mean, to a certain point, it's like when they start like bastardizing like the original movies. Like I just have to like dovetail off. Like same thing with Jurassic World movies. Like I'm not like tethered into that franchise anymore.
But when
Fast-
it's Star
Fast
Wars, he
Furious.
has a different opinion.
What?
And what do you mean? I don't. I mean, I just because I watch the Star Wars movies, or because I watch the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, yeah. I said in the Discord, I was like, the next time I'm on a podcast, I'm gonna drop an Acolyte thing in
I
there.
watch something when it looks good. Like I thought Acolyte, the trailer. We all could.
The trailer looked
good,
great, bro.
so I watched it. But I also like. I didn't watch a lot of other stuff. Like I didn't watch Ahsoka, so
Dude, I fell asleep. So
I'm falling off with that franchise also.
Yeah, me too. That's the last one.
Dude, we did it.
How what was our
Not too
time?
bad. We're an hour and 4 minutes in.
Wow. It's the shortest episode I've been on. They've all been an hour and a half at least.
Crazy. That was pretty good. That was a fun topic, Justin.
Is there any that you guys were really hurt that you didn't get your pick, or
John Wick. John Wick,
Yeah.
Rocky.
I really like Creed 3.
I,
So.
I was
We
kind
were both butthurt.
yeah, I was kind of happy with the consensus we came to on Toy Story. That
Yeah, it was a
neither of
good
us got our
agreement.
way.
It was
Yeah,
a good
that was a good suggestion. I think for the most part, I'm happy with a lot of these.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. I think Mission Impossible, I would have loved to see Fallout at 1, but I can't fight 2 people.
It's
picking the
a-
same
I
one.
haven't even seen him.
I've seen
It's a
Rogue
great-
Nation and Fallout.
2
Oh,
of
you have seen Fallout.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you've
yeah,
seen
okay.
so you've seen 2 out of 7.
yeah. I started with Rogue Nation and I was like, I can't go back because at that time I hated old films like Aaron.
Both old film.
Ghost
haters.
Protocol isn't an old film.
But then I changed, in those 3-year periods, and then I just haven't gotten a chance to get around to. I have them all on Blu-ray.
How do you guys not like old movies?
No,
It's
it
I
depends
like
on
old
the
movies
movie.
now.
it,
I
pre- it
changed.
Depends on the
precludes
movie.
like
In
90% of movies
2018, my opinions changed.
in
when-
2018.
Yeah, that was the year that everything changed for me as far as film. Because I used to not like
We're doing Justin's backstory
yeah,
again.
Jurassic Park, 89, Star Wars, hated all of them. And then something happened in 2018. I don't know.
Hating Jurassic Park. is
Jurassic
crazy.
Park 89, hating the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I've never met a soul who didn't like the original
See,
Jurassic
this
Park.
is what I have some of the most character development out of any human ever.
You're the Prince Zuko of real life humans, which is
See,
why
Zuko is the best.
why you know him so well. How many times have you watched the show?
32.
Jeez.
That's a lot. That's commitment right there.
Yeah, it is. I've actually seen The Boys season 1 6 times.
You're lying right now.
I'm not.
And you haven't watched the final episode of the newest season, but you had time to watch the first
Well, I
season
was
6
single
times.
at that time.
You were what?
I was
Single?
single when season 1 came out, so I was just like, boom, on repeat, on blast.
He was like, he was looking for all those scenes with translucent stick out. You could
Like, I can't see him.
you could just pull it up online, dude. You don't have to rewatch the whole show for that.
Okay, come back.
I have to bleep that one out.
Oh man.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I'm glad that you came on. This is a really great idea. I got to learn a lot about you guys. Like, you haven't seen some of the best animated movies of all time. We'll get together and watch the extended.
Well, I feel like you've
editions.
learned that every single episode I've been on. I think you've relearned it.
You haven't.
like-
You guys haven't seen Godfather, right?
No.
Well,
Not sure where you were going with that, but
Yeah, that
thanks
wasn't
for
on.
bringing that up. That's an old movie.
I explicitly told ChatGPT to give me ones with 4 or more. So that's why I didn't
To
do like
avoid it.
Godfather, didn't do, I don't know, some other trilogy out there. Because we probably could have had like 80. Which,
yeah, there were some
Yeah.
other iconic ones I was thinking that we missed along the way, but it's like now that it's all said and done, there's like,
So many.
got a lot that too much to go over.
I can't really think of anything that we might have missed that's big though. I mean,
I'm sure they'll let us know. in the
Yeah,
comments.
they'll tell us. That's a good thing about the
Be like,
podcast.
how did you?
They let you know what you missed.
There's a lot of like
Oh,
movie ones, like
we missed-
Frozen,
We missed
Spider-Man,
Superman,
Superman.
Man of Steel,
Man of Steel,
best.
Yeah.
and then worst is Superman 4, probably.
Superman 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, we got another one.
Worst is Batman versus Superman.
All right, let's wrap this one up
No.
so we can film our other episodes that
Yeah.
we have to get to today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Let us know down below which ones we got wrong. I'm sure you will, anyways, without me even saying anything.
Make sure that you check us out on all of our social media platforms. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. We're all over the place. Make sure you go to Spotify, give the show a 5-star review. Helps us get found by new people. Make sure you share us with friends and family because it's the best way to help the show grow organically.
Dude's Andrew Tate.
But thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Aaron, is there anything we're missing to close out?
Nope, we post new full episodes every Monday and
Check out
Thursday.
the Discord.
And we Discord.
Yeah, Discord.
Discord.
Awesome.
Yep.
Discord.
The Discord. Don't.
There's, I wanted to punch Andrew like 5 times in the Discord, and then I wanted to hug him 5 times in the Discord.
Andrew,
That's
how
how
much?
great it is.
How much does the Discord cost?
It's free.
So make sure you join in. Hit that
psych
subscribe
energy.
button so you don't miss anything else that we post, because we've been posting out new episodes, and we have a new video series coming out in the next week or two, and you don't want to miss what that is. Justin's actually making a cameo in that film, but he doesn't even know what it's for.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for it.
Just waiting for it.
Thanks so much for watching, and
That's a wrap.